Hi, I'm here today with Ricardo. He is going to explain to us a little bit of what's his job. He works on the tax world, so I have almost no idea of what he does, and it's also a good learning experience for me, and it's something I like to give my clients as an added value in order for them to get advantages that almost no one else offers. And we met like a few months ago with Ricardo, and we have been working together. He has been working with Avanti also. A lot of investors have seen a big benefit on working with him, with his company, and I just wanted for us to, if you could give us an explanation of what you do and what's your role.
Okay, so we gotta start with we live in a more globalized world. Every day transactions are more international, so that's basically where we are working in the field of tax consultancy. We are giving a full view of international taxes, not as local and not as a local CPA. Of course, we do work as a CPAs. We give advice as a local CPAs and local advisors, but our expertise and our value added then becomes when we give to the client a full view of the structure that the client is going to need in order to make an investment in the United States or Miami. As I said, globalization every day is like a more a reality. And in a city like Miami, where we have like 90% of our investors are basically from international markets, they are needing a figure not of local advice. They don't need such a local advice. They need to have a full view of the amount of impact that their decisions are going to take when they, in this case, they acquire an asset in Miami. So basically, in other words, what we do is like once the client has an idea of what they want to acquire, basically we understand their whole situation in their origin of country, in the country where they are investing, and we gave them a whole view, and we give them a whole solution of how to invest. Because at the end, you want to pay your taxes, you want to pay the right amount of taxes on the local market where you're investing, and you also want to be paying the right amount of taxes on the local market where you're from. So for that, you need to have somebody with knowledge in both markets so they can give you the best advice. It's not only let's make an investment locally, it's going to make an investment and have a full point of view of the whole investment. So
from what we have been talking with Ricardo, there are a lot of benefits and things you can deduct on your country when you're investing here in the States, and all depends on each country which things you can deduct from the taxes in your own country, and that's a benefit. A lot of people leave that money on the table, and that's money that you could be saving or you could be investing in something else. So I see a big benefit for investors looking at this perspective, and if you see that you're even getting more money from an investment, that's, in my case, that would be like very, very interesting.
I mean, we have assisted many clients, for instance, with like FIRPA, we were talking about. Many clients, they once they make an investment and they sit on the investment and they start making some revenue, at the end they decided to sell the asset, and they don't realize that they are getting a little bit they're overpaying because they don't do the right steps, for instance, related to the FIRPA retention. So we've helped a lot of clients in that sense in order to, as I said prior, to pay the right amount of taxes. And also, as you will say, to give the right deductions in the asset and in the investment in the local country, and also in their country of origin, as you said. I mean, you don't want to do is like you don't want to overpay. You don't want to pay double, and that's something that if you don't have the right advice, easily happens. So FIRPA is one of it will be a great example. I mean, and there is not clients when they come here to the United States, they don't have to have a clue about that. They don't have a clue about that, and there has to be somebody to tell them, hey, be careful, don't overpay, or this amount of money, it belongs to you. So
one of the things we have talked with Ricardo also is that there's like a structure, and sometimes we have no idea how to create structures. And I just wanted to hear from you, which are the benefits of having like a structure?
Well, there's like different type of structures. To make it easy, I always say that clients basically they would like to have more information and know better about this for security reasons. First of all, you know how it's many of our investors are from Latin American countries, and they want to know about how can they have a better security in order when they make an investment in the United States. At the day of today, many of the information is disclosed publicly, and that can be a threat on their country of origin. So many times with the right tax structure, you can avoid that type of problems, giving a little bit of less information, let's say, to the people that they don't need to have it, and being a little bit more anonymous at the time of making the investment. That will be one of the purpose of a structure. The other one will be asset protection. I mean, many things happen on the day of today in our world, and you want to be ready for when that happens. So in that sense, many times clients ask us to, I'm gonna invest, but I want to have my family, my kids, my sons as a beneficiary. I want to have somebody that I trust as a manager. So inside a structure, what you can do is give all those services, help the client to have a more safe investment, to have the beneficiaries totally covered, to have some manager like trustworthy manager, and at the same time, it's important that you unite through the structure the investment, in this case in Miami, United States, with your already ongoing companies in your country of origin. Let's say, for instance, Mexico. Let's say, for instance, Colombia, Argentina. So basically, what you do through a structure is connecting both parts in order that they can work better, not as disregarded parts.
So there's a lot of benefits you can get from working with Ricardo. I just wanted to ask you one thing, because I know that's always a question, even for us in our case, that what are your fees?
Well, my fees actually are really on market. One of the things that we always said, and it's important, that will be like what the client should know about innovation. We don't overcharge. We are actually very, let's say, average market, very fair market. And at the end, the important part with innovation is that we don't get into the client call me and I start charging you. Always the client, when they come to us, they get a pre-assessment and a pre-advice. Many times these clients can refer by friend of us, common friends like you, like many other contacts. So you don't want to give them a bad name or a bad service, because it's people that somehow they trust in you, and it is totally right and fair to give some free advice. And once the client decide to work with you or work with us, because they understand that the need that they had and it can be covered, our price is like really in Miami standards. I mean, I don't know if you want me to get more into the detail, but it's very Miami standard. We never had a problem with pricing. So.
Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of benefits, and as I always say, when you give to people, also give back to you. So the free advice, that's a great thing, and even for us in our field, it's nice to give free advice, and then people start trusting in you, and that's one of the things that create trust. When you charge like for everything, everyone's like a little bit afraid of, am I getting scammed or not? So that's one of the nice things that you have here. You can get a free advice, and also a lot of people can give their good words about them, that they have done a really good job. So that's always something that helps. Since I've known Ricardo, I know he's a really diligent person and he works really good. So that's one of the good things, that I'm interviewing people I really know. I don't want to interview people just for interviewing people, and that's an added value for your investment. If, as he was telling, that if you have investments here in the US or you have investments in other countries, they know how to connect everything, and that's one of the things I was impressed from the first meeting we had. He could connect the taxes from one country with the taxes from another, and that added value, I haven't seen a lot of people doing that. And right now, as Ricardo said, we are globalized, so it's easier to invest in different countries, and that's a way that you can get a bigger benefit of your investments and higher returns also.
As you well said, everything is connected. Actually, I think it's extremely rare to have an investor that is not connected with another point of origin, another country. Like it's almost impossible. I mean, it should be like a local person from Miami investing in Miami. That doesn't happen anymore. Everybody comes here is from some other country. You said you have to see it global. You need to connect the dots and make a good investment that is considering the country where you are investing, and actually is considering the country where the money is coming from and where your roots are from. So it's a really niche market, actually, international tax consultancy, because of the difficulty that you need to have under control different jurisdictions. So you have to know how Mexico behaves with the United States, and many times it's multi-jurisdictional because they have half of a family in Colombia, or they have also investments in Colombia. I mean, it's like I'm telling you, it's a really niche market. There's very few people doing international tax consultancy, and well, as you said, I think we bring a lot of value added because at the day of today, I think everything was working more or less well with local advisory, but then how things are going, people is realizing it's like, oh, I don't want to start calling my local advisor here and my local advisor there and my local advisor over there. I want to have my only one advisor that can give me a full service.
So as I always tell people, in Avanti we work in order as if we were tailors, that we make the perfect suit for you. In this case, for the global taxations, you have here your tailor that he's going to take care of that part, and that gives you peace of mind that you know that you're paying exactly what you should be paying. Because one of the things people think about creating structures and everything is like evading taxes, and that's not the reason Ricardo works. He works in order for you to pay what you should be paying in every place and not like giving away your money. And I think that's an ethical way to see things, and that's a fair way to see things, because for anyone to earn the money, and it's not fair for you to throw the money away.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, for many years there has been this maybe that idea of avoid paying taxes. No, it's not avoiding paying taxes. What you need is a plan. You have to have a tax consultant, and you have to do a planning. Tax planning is knowing that you have to pay the right amount. You don't want to pay more or less. You have to pay the right amount. It's as we were saying before, it's like when you go to the supermarket. When you go to the supermarket, you know how much you're paying. You don't want to pay twice for a Coke. So that's super important to know that in the tax consultancy, because it's not ever been a really developed market, and actually because in this case IRS, because of its complicity, they cannot publish exactly how much are you going to pay. You need somebody to do that. At the same time, you want to, as when you go to supermarket, you want to know how much you are going to end up paying. And you don't want to pay less, because if you pay less, you're going to have a problem. And you don't want to pay double or more, because if you pay more, you're going to have a problem, but you're going to have a problem with the CFO of your own company. So
I just want to thank Ricardo for his time. It has been a really nice chat, and right here we're in his office here in Brickell. So if you want to get in touch with Ricardo, what's the best way to get in touch?
The best way to get in touch with us is like my telephone number and my email. Telephone number is 305-458-6559. 305-458-6559. And either my email, r.fernandez@innovation.tax, r.fernandez@innovation.tax, and you can get a free consultancy, as we do with all our clients, so you can understand better your needs and the scope of the work. And once you have the whole information on top of the table of what's the deal that you have, what's the difficulty that you're going to face, and you want to work with us, we can make it really easy.
Okay, so thank you for your time, and now you know how you can get in touch with Ricardo. I would suggest, if you have investments everywhere, to get in touch with him. He is going to help you, and it's hard to get a person you can trust easily, and that's one of the things I felt since we met a few months ago, that you have a person that is really taking care of you, and that's not easy in the world we live right now, to find someone that's really going to care for you and to help you get the best of what you can get in the world of the tax.
Likewise.
Thank you.